in this flow, first then will be a next tokens, means next token in the sense next token selection it will. Okay, and then it will go into decode decode all your token IDs back to back. Okay, and then you will receive the final answer. So here your final answer, which going to just here. Goes back to your user and user to tokenizer, tokenizer to token IDs, and token IDs to embedding layer, and from here to transformer blocks, from here to logit, and from here to your next tokens, and from there to decoding all the tokens, and this is how it happens. This is your complete LLM flow. Okay, this is your complete LLM. So here now there are multiple options involved in tokenizer way also. Okay, in token ID side, all the IDs we will see that is going to be added into the embedding layer. So here all cosine similarities things, mathematical things will be calculated, and then it will went it to the transformer blocks. From there again, so it will go to the logit. So I'll tell you about the logits, and then it will go to the next tokens. And here we have to discuss like what next tokens it is going to select, and then decode. So entire flow, how can I see with a selected model? Let's take any GPT model, or maybe you can take a Quen model, maybe you can take a Hugging Face, a small model, Snow model, or maybe a Phi model. So we can take them. From where we can take them? You have to take them from the Hugging Face. Okay. You need to create Hugging Face account. Go create one Hugging Face account. So here you can see this is my account right now. And also create your Kaggle account, and also create your Open Router account. Okay. I'll tell other accounts. We also need to create some other accounts. But for now, just create openrouter.ai account. Okay. Kaggle and Hugging Face. I know that we already having a Google account. Hugging Face account is the one we need to create mandatorily, because most of the cases we get open source models from the Hugging Face. Even at the organizations, even at your data science engineers are doing research and development, anything. So where we get LLM models, the models which we are talking like 7 billion parameters, the model got trained, right? Or maybe 8 billion parameters, the model got trained already. Where we can get those models? We get those models from the Hugging Face only. Okay. Here it is a hub, like our GitHub, Docker Hub. It is one of the hub publicly available for open source models. People will come and they'll upload their models. From there we can use it. If you see here, there is a model section. Click on the model section. There are plenty of the models available. This account you can see this many models are there already in the different sections. To say them in the text generation, any to any, image to text, image to text, image to image, text to image. Like that, in the task section, there are these many models. And you can also segregate between 6 billion parameters, 12 billion parameters, 32 billion parameters, 128 and 500 billion parameters. A model which is with high billion parameters, we discussed right in the last class. The high billion parameters it got trained means it is having the big room of knowledge. The model is having very big room for its own knowledge. So if you select any billion parameters models, yes, your output also depends on the billion parameter and on what? Your model is on the text, model is on the video, model is on the and what? Okay. And libraries, PyTorch, diffusers, MLX, transformers, safe tensors. So like this, we have the different libraries. At what library you want to take? Example, PyTorch models. Are these many models? Okay. Me reset the parameters and apps where you are deploying VLLM, Llama CPP, MLXLM, LM Studio, Olama, Jan. Some other applications are available in the Hugging Face. So in your case, please download LM Studio. Go to this one. Okay. Go to this one. Download this one for your Windows. LM Studio, which will be a local application, desktop version application. You can practice with multiple models. So let me open LM Studio. My system. So this is LM Studio 0.15 is a version. You see here, I have models. Quen model, Gamma model, which is 26 billion, and which is Gamma model and 34B. So these are the models I have downloaded recently. You can also see the size. You can also see the downloaded models. Okay, manually choose which model I wanted. And the left side, you see this is the terminal. All the configuration things you can find it here. And this is where you can see all your models right now. Model ID, file, format, quantizations, okay, architectures, capabilities, domain, size of the disk, everything. Some more information about your model. Text embeddings. Now it is not showing. If you click on this, you can actually download many LLM models into your local LM studio. So there are GLM models you can see. Recently it was having a very great news that it is beating GPT 5.5, right? Come from the JedAI, GLM 5.2, I guess. Maybe you want this model, Seed OSS model, okay, Nemo Triton model, or Quen model, or Gamma models. So which model you want? Example, let me take this one, okay? Click on this. You need to download this model. GPT OSS, open source. How much? 20 billion. Just download it. What is the size? 12.11 GB. Okay, so some big size. So LM Studio, here it will give the interface of chart with the models. If I click on new chart and the model I would like to select Gamma 4, and here you can select the context length. We learn right the context length, how much the context should be. GPU offloading, just load the model. Loading. Yeah. Again. So these all models are downloading from where? Hugging Face. Okay. And okay, let this load. Meanwhile, we'll discuss other things. Yeah. Here you can see all the models. Inference provider, Grok, Novita, Cerbus. Like this, we have many providers are already there. We will use an inference systems already available in the cloud areas, or we will create our own inference base. Okay. So these are all the in the model section. Here you can select any model even. Example, I would like to search Quen model. Okay. Quen model, Quen 3.6 is there. We'll keep in the white. Confused. Okay, fine. So Quen model is here. Here right side you can see there is a deploy option. Okay. Or copy to bucket or use this model. Use this model into your collab, Huggle, or your local applications like LM Studio, VLLM, Olama, Pi, or OpenClaw. The new one. And Hermes agent, which is recently released. I was also doing some work around Hermes agents. I'll try to teach in this our agentic section. Hermes agents also. Here also you can deploy. Unsloth Studio also you can deploy. This is also a very good one. Unsloth Studio, Olama, and these are the areas where we can deploy. Example, you click on any collab or Kaggle or anything, it is going to take you to your collab with your direct code things. You can run it and you can test out here. Okay. So how this inference will work? So that is the like a static kind of knowledge, means a basic knowledge or a basic templates that it will make you understand how to use them. So when you're gonna deploy it, here it is giving you a dedicated endpoint for the production. Okay, a dedicated endpoint for the production in infer endpoints. Where do you want to deploy, sir? In Amazon or in the Google? So if you're going to with that, how much you need, sir? You need 1 GBU. Yeah. So per hour it will cost this much. Then log in and deploy. You get one endpoint. Use that endpoint for your LLM things. But for now, I didn't train anything. I'm just directly taking the model and I'm creating an endpoint. What is the use of it? I took this model. I'm trying to deploy. I get one endpoint. That is fine. But I'll just start with it. It will give me a replace. But this kind of thing, why do I have to deploy this? What is the point here? In my organization, I might be having a different data. I need to train, right, with this model. I need to train, and then it has to understand my domain data, and accordingly, it has to give the answer. So we didn't done that. We have to do that. So when your organization engineers are taking that as one model, they will train the model with the domain data, with your organization domain data. And later you will get some artifacts and adapters. With that, we will gonna deploy into the VLLM or in the service stack like Tansar, okay, TGI, VLLM. There we are going to deploy the model Llama CPP. Okay. So this is about the Hugging Face. Most of the startup companies will be already dependent on the Hugging Face side. People will use from the Hugging Face. They'll take the account. They take the pro account. Pricing is also for enterprise level. Here you see enterprise things are already available. Let's say Some companies there, they're working only for the agentic development, or they only work for the AI models to be developed, and they wanted to use one SaaS product with AI or agents things. They're making their own models and then they're selling outside with the SaaS products. So for them, it will be very big headache to maintain AWS infrastructure or an Azure infrastructure or a GCP infrastructure. In a simple manner, what to do? They'll come here, they'll take the subscription, they'll do it. It's quite easy for them to maintain because even they are SaaS, maintaining these models from the Hugging Face could be quite easy. Rather, you are maintaining from the Azure or the GCP. Okay, so there, if your company is very big, you have a big vision, you want big models to be maintained, infrastructure in your on your own, then you go with the Azure or AWS, which is already a company existing ecosystem is already on the cloud level, and you wanted to develop the new models. That case, you might go with the cloud thing. So this is a flow, a complete LLM flow. If I go to Google Colab, let's take one. Okay, so here right side. So this is a collab and LLM. So lab. Okay. So right side you click on this connect and change the runtime, and you should change it to CPU, TPU. Okay, this one. If you are going with big models, then it would be better to go like this and just save it. Okay, it's connect. Now here is a cell. We can run a piece of code to load the model from the Hugging Face, and then we can run it to see this flow how it will be. The first we need to install the minimum libraries. Okay, like pip install we do in the Python coding, right? Similar way we will go into install transformers torch and so it was done. You should to press the button in your keyboard like shift enter, so another code cell will be automatically comes in the down. Okay, and you can run in two ways. You can also trigger this one, or you can also do shift enter. When you do, so we need to take transformers from transformers import auto tokenizer. We need to do auto tokenizer, it already came, and auto model for casual LM. So these are the libraries that we need to import for our when because we need to load the model, right? Run it or do shift enter. So let me take here. So we want a small model for our we'll take a model till 2 model. Okay. So this is a model which is GPT model, quite easy for understanding because you can also take Quen model. You can try by changing this into the Quen. You can try by changing into the slow-mo model of the Hugging Face. You can try changing into the Phi model also. Okay. So this is the model that we are loading actually. Okay. This model I have loaded. To this model, I need to also work on this uh, tokenizers, right? So I need to also configure a tokenizer for now. Okay. So for that, don't do shift enter, only do enter. Then it will give you the new line in the same cell. Okay. Tokenizer. Now tokenizer. So give tokenizer, auto tokenizer from a pre-trained model. A model is nothing but model name is my distill GPT-2. So this model is already trained on the text data. So I'm just already loading for my tokenizer. Okay. So then I'm auto model for casual LM language models, but pre-trained models because we have loaded this library. Now I wanted to give a prompt because I need to understand token things, right? I need to see the how the token things will work. Okay. So I'll just say prompt LLMs help the engineers to understand or helps engineers. That's it. Okay. So this is my prompt I have given. Okay. Now let me run this cell first. It is telling that notebook title, this one does not have an access to the secret named HF token. Grant access. Let me grant the access. So in the left side, this button is there, right? If I click on here, oh no, so this key is there, right? If I click on here, so there is a HF token. Okay, HF token is a variable. So from where you'll get this HF token? Okay, go to your Hugging Face. Go to your Hugging Face. Right side. Come down like that. Okay. So there is access tokens. Click on this. And you have to give your password. Confirm. And here you can see these are my user tokens. Access. So these are the HF tokens I have given over there in my collab so that it will authenticate and it will download the model from the Hugging Face into my collab notebook. Full collab notebook. Okay. So some models doesn't need any access to Hugging Face. It can download like that without access keys directly. Some models need it. If it is asking provide the HF token, it's always good that you just go to this option, the key symbol option, and here add new secret and then give the variable and the value. Okay. and turn on this. That's it. Okay. So whenever it needed, it will look for this permission and it is able to do that. Okay. Now I have given this, it is loading. It is loading my model and also loaded tokenizers from the model. Now what I need to do, I need to convert text into token IDs. I need to convert text into token IDs. So let me write input, inputs. So I'll say tokenizer, tokenizer prompt return answers. Okay, because we go with the PT or answers only. I'll just represent with the PT, PyTorch answers. Okay. Now to understand this inputs, I'll give first print. Null prompt okay. Now print and IDs. Better understanding print IDs attention mask IDs, that is okay. Me put IDs. Then let me print. So right now token IDs, then to tokens, tokens print tokenizer convert IDs tokens IDs to list enough. Okay. Now you can see my prompt, which is LLM help the engineers, are converted into token IDs, which is 3069 44 1037 262 12037 12345. Okay, so the tokens is LLM help, because this G you can see, right? Is it visible? This G is there, right? This G will come because there is a space in front of it. But this LLM is a only one word. Okay, this LLM is a one word, and help is there. So LL is divided into LL and M, but there would be a subwords, characters, special functions, right? All this also tokens. This space also is going to calculate it. So it is going to take G. Whenever the space is there in front of any word while it is converting into tokens, okay, it will take it as G. You can see it is having a space, it is taking G. And engine is also having a space, it took G. It took G. Okay. So this is, it will the process how it will take the tokens, and you can see the token IDs. Now we need to send each token ID into a model. So are you all with me, sir, as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I wanted to send tokens to model. Okay. Okay. So in order to send this, just I'll give this with touch and the outputs to the model side. Okay. It- And outputs to model. Okay. Now I send these tokens to my model. Now, okay. So there is a concept called logit. What is this logit will do? See, we are sending to the model. Let's say there's transform blocks are coming. Okay, we have self attentions mechanism, right, and transformer blocks coming. What does the transformer block will be doing? Transformer block will be having self attention. That means it will understand the relation between the tokens. So it is also having feed forward network, which it improves the representation of the things. Okay, and it is also having layer norm, right, and residual connections. There are four things. Okay, what this residual and layer norm will be doing? Layer norm will do stabilize the values, and residual connection will do, it will keep your old and new information in combination. Okay, that is your transformer block will do. Then what this logit will be doing is, whenever your model outputs scores are there, right, for all possible tokens, the higher score means that is likely a next token. Example, if I said, if is some 5.2 is a score, it I said it is 9.8 a score, banana I said it is 2.4 a score. So all possible tokens, the next token selection, this logit is going to help us. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll take the logit now into an outputs. Logit output. Output. Logits. Okay. When I take, let me print logit shape, print also logit shape and file logit values. Okay. Or let me better understanding. Batch size means means v vocabulary, right? Vocabulary, vocabulary size. Okay. Then logit shape is 155057. Okay. So this is batch size, sequence length, vocabulary size in your logic shape, and the logit values, the output it is which is taking. Now we need to do, because we send to a model, right? Model is already having a transformer blocks within it. Okay, embed things, transformer blocks already within the model. Now we need to see that how the next token prediction is happening from the last position, because our embedding things are already having this position things, right? Position transformers. Okay, now I wanted to see how this next token prediction will be happen the last position. Let's take example last token things only. I wanted to get next token prediction. Want to take next token prediction from last position. Okay. So for that, last token logit. Okay. And the logit this next token ID equal to, because it's going to be a answer on it. Touch mode. Touch uh, argmax. Last token is item decode. Yes, next token. That's correct. So this is a block I was trying to get, because so in your collab you just write one or two lines. It will suggest the code in your VS Code also. It will suggest. So we all the time will not remember this one. So when it is suggest, just cross check again and whether it is needed for you or not, and then run it. Okay, now let me run it, and there is some issue I guess. Logit underscore things. Logits. Yes. Last token Logits. This is the only one line. Last token. Zero F1. Maybe this it. There it is also. Next ID starts. I want last only token only. Logits only. That is fine. Is equal to Logits. Okay. Saying that predication. Taxation.
Logits has not been defined. That is the error. That is the reason it is giving the hint.
Yep, yep. The next token is and. Okay. Now the next token is and in the sense let's generate the context means text from the model side now. Now I'll just go for the model to generate the IDs. Let me generate rated underscore IDs model dot generate model dot it. Let me give inputs max length, that's fine. Okay. Inputs I want, and then I also want max new tokens 30, or you can take any number. I'll just take two samples. I'll do how much, and I want temperature. So we have discussed, right? Temperature means you should be in the 0.7. That is some ideal tick. And also top P and top K, both are there. So it's going to be in the 0.9. Sir, I hope you are all reading the notes. Anyone read the notes? LLM notes.
Notion, right? In Notion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please read, sir, because I mentioned all these things like what topic, temperature, everything the last time we have discussed. So all the things I have mentioned over there. So generated text, decode, generated IDs, 0 to, okay, then fine. So I just wanted to print them generated text, right? Just let me add some other print for a better understanding. Number 6, final generated. Okay. Model and organism. Typos are generated argument. I made sample temperature to so final generated text LLM helps the engineers build their own versions of OS. Okay, this is the next predicted lines of the uh, answer. Maybe like when you say LLM helps engineers, then it has fill in the blank kind of thing. Your GPT is has this the capabilities of predicting the next word and telling you that LLMs helps the engineers and build their own versions of the OS like this. Okay, so this is came from your Distill GPT-2 model, and this is the flow. Like when you say the user prompt, it's going to be token, and then it is going to embed, and then it is going to use your transformer, your attention mechanism, everything inside this transformer block of the model. And then after it will go to the logit because outputs are the logit, and then you can see the output how it will be. It will be going to decode what is it's going to be decode the token IDs back to back, and then it will give you the final answer to a user of what is the next predicted token of next predicted token. So this is how your model will work, sir. So we'll take this model with this flow and we are going to put our training process with our domain specific data. Okay, whenever you take any model, how that is going to be happen. So far we are understanding about how the LLM is already there, how the things will work, and what are all the components involved here like tokenizer, token IDs, embeddings and all, right? Okay, if I take this process, if I learn this process, how can I go for my engineering work, like how enterprise companies engineers will do the work, how in real time this model will be taken and they do train on the some particular data, domain specific data. Example, you have a lot of logs data, application logs data, okay, and you have DB logs data, you have infrastructure servers log data, you have three four logs data you have. You wanted to build your own AIOps system, or maybe you want to create your own instant triaging agent, or maybe a triaging model in within your organization. So you will be taking your own data, logging data. You'll do all these things, finalizing and taking the one good data from the all the logs, and you will prepare that data, and then you use this model because this model is going to be text. So in your log data also, most probably everything will be a text only. So there are other things also like matrices, traces, logs. So by defining them, you have to decide a model and send this data to a model and train it. Okay, fine tune the model and train this model. So you will get this model get trained and you will get one artifacts. Take that artifact, deploy into a serving endpoint over there, and take that endpoint and put it into your AIOps system. The moment whenever any log generated, now your LLM model can understand that okay, so this issues happen and this is my next step I have to take because it got trained on your organization data. So LLMs will take like this. Example, I took Distill but GPT-2, right? Distill GPT-2. So if I take this model and I have trained on my own data, now my model will work on my data only within private network because it is an open source model. I downloaded into my network, I trained on it, and it is working within my network only. It is not no public connections. So similar way your llama models also. You take one llama model, train your model with your data, your log language things, and get one good artifact, and then deploy into your own system, get one endpoint, use it internally. So your complete data is in private. your models are private. Everything is on your own system. So this is what in the next phase we need to learn. Sorry, how to take the model and ingest our data to the model and start training and fine tuning. While we are running this training and fine tuning, what are all the outputs we'll get from the model side, and which is the checkpoints and adapters, artifacts we need to consider and deploying them. Okay, so while you're going with your model selection, while you're going with the process of running your training process, so there are a couple of things involved we'll discuss in the next class. So far, are you all good or not?
Rajni sir, I have a doubt. You told we'll be taking the models. Models means those are all built-in models only, and we will be training those models, right?
Example, yeah. So I took GPT model here, right?
Mm,
This is already pre-trained model already. This is
okay.
already pre-trained model, which
Means
is
even in the real time also we will use the
same.
trained model only.
Yes, pre-trained model only will use.
Okay.
From
Rajini sir, I have another doubt. Like you said, only the few companies are using LLM. So how can we add that LLM experience to our resume? Because we haven't worked on it, right? Means even in our company, will they accept that or like how?
yeah, they will accept. See, LLMs and SLMs. Okay, what does mean by SLMs? Small language models. Okay, LLMs, LLMs. So small language model. Let's say you are working on the some agentic system with already providers are there like GPT 5.5 or 4 or maybe a Claude or maybe Gemini. You're working with these models to do some agentic automation. Okay. In front of maybe input layer or maybe at the prompt orchestrator layer or the prompt layer or in the backend or front end or maybe at guardrails. So there would be a layer where you want to refine your prompts or maybe you want to keep some validation. Okay. So in this validation, you can use SLM, a small model, because most of the cases we use uh, rule-based things. Rule-based things means if yes, and this is the result. If no, this is the result, like that. If rule-based things are not working, you might use a small model where it will work for you in that layer. I'll tell this all in the agentic course, you will get understand. So there we will use LMs, SLMs, very small models like still GPT-2 only, maybe a Quen models, maybe a Phi models we will use for our use case before it is going to agent. Before it is going to agent means your Gemini or your GPT 5.5 models, you will be using one small SLM models within your organization as a validation layer only. Okay. So
Okay.
this is one of the LLM only, but small LM, small language model. Now coming to the LLMs. Companies, when they will get to into the decision, they can able to solve the issue of what they are developing with one LLM model, then they no need to go to the providers. If they are not able to, they feel like, oh, it will be more work for them, so they will choose providers. Okay, providers means Gemini or GPT. Okay, they'll choose or Cloud. They'll choose these models. They'll choose these models, and they will write agentic things from where through AI or you are from LangGraph, LangChain. So these are all the agentic frameworks. We use those agentic frameworks and we'll work it on. So this is one area. Try to understand this is one area. And the second area is now companies wants to develop their own models. Like companies can also use haiku models, companies can also use your open source models like llama models and all, and they'll do their own development with the models. They'll do their own development with models, with LLM models like Ollama maybe. Okay, from Ollama side, they're going to download a, a model, a fee model example. Okay, so I have a fee model. A company took it, they train it, they deploy it. It is working, and they created one AI app, which that app will be using this LLM. The application will use this LLM, and this app they're going to sell to the customers. So customers will use this app. Okay, customers will use this app. So this their own LLM. It is their own LLM. Example, I'll just go to Docker. Okay, there's a Docker page is there. I'll go to just docs. So in the Docker docs, there is a ask anything about Docker and get answers. So this is a bot enabled here. I'll just ask what is Docker file? What is Docker file? So it's Jordan, it's a AI name, and what it is doing, it is just answered my question. Docker file is a text file containing instructions and building a Docker image like this. Which model it is? Do you know that? I don't know even. Which model? We don't know. So this is a RAG kind of agent. Behind the thing, Docker is using one small LLM model only. It could be a GPT model, GPT OSS also, or maybe it could be a Quen also, or maybe it could be a Fee model also. Any model it is. We don't know. But Docker is using right now this model. For what? This text generation. This is RAG only, but for this text generation, they are using one LLM model, text-based model. So for this, they don't need any API key or any provider model. They should not pay to GPT, or they should not pay to Cloud, or they should not pay to Gemini. Why? No need. Where an open source LLM can do this kind of job, we should not go and pay to the other providers for unnecessary things. So companies will think like that. So whenever you wanted to build your own RAG agent, maybe your own RAG system, you need one, maybe a model capabilities, a LLM capabilities. You will take one LLM over there. Otherwise, similar kind of things you wanted to do some LLM developments inside your organization, you will choose LLM. Now coming to your question, how do I portray my LLM experience into it so that companies will believe in me that I have LLM experience? So LLM you will be using in the agentic way, okay, like an SLM kind of area, or you will be using LLMs at your RAG systems, or you will use LLMs at your developments inside your organization developments. So this is where you have to keep LLM experience. So previously, people are doing LLMs, LLM fine tuning, training on this. As I said, example AIOps, right? For AIOps case, you can take one LLM, train with your log data, get an artifact, deploy, get a serving endpoint, means inference endpoint, take that endpoint, put it into your application, and then it will work on. So don't worry, in the last I will tell how the LLM project will look like. Pure LLM project.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So for now it might be confusing to you because I was saying all these things. You not
Yes,
came
sir.
across. So there are many areas where we can use leverage LLMs like that. LLM project, pure LLM project. When we discuss, you will get to know what is LLM project, pure LLM project, why we do this development, why we do this fine tuning. Example, there is a pharma company is there, okay, or maybe there is a medicines things there, right? So they're not going to keep everything to the provider models. They want their own LLM models. So they take this open source models, pre-trained models, they will do train and they will use inside only. So like that we have all visual models, LLM models, image to text models, text to image models, like that many models are there. We'll take it from the Hugging Face and we'll put it into our own system, into our organization system, and we'll train it and we'll get the output, we'll use it. Mistral model is there. Okay, so this is Mistral.ai.
Rajinikanth garu, can you just show the what do you call on the local system instead of on the cloud? One example.
Uh, One example, LM Studio. Like what LLM? Sir, one thing, you just download Olama,
Yeah, I have that.
load Olama with a model. So this is the one. Once you have done, then download one model from the Olama. Okay, start it. It will open with one port number. Then chat with it.
Okay.
You download. This is an already a model, Laguna. So or GLM 5.2 is the latest model. Maybe you can download this 5.2 model like Olama run GLM 5.2 cloud. When you run this, it will download into your own system. Right now, it is not having Olama in my system. It's taking much space. So you just download this, sir, and start chatting with it. What it can do, and Gamma 4 also. Start with Gamma 4. It is a big model, a good model, actually. And in local, you don't need of any internet. When you download Gamma 4, you don't need of any internet. It will work for you. It having that good context with it, you can chat whatever you need. Maybe about the coding, maybe about the text, maybe about the any file you have given and ask it to read and do the things work. Or you can also load into the cloud code also. If you download cloud code, Olama launch cloud model GLM 5.2 cloud code desktop version. You can load this model onto into desktop version of the cloud code or Codex app or Hermes Codex. Codex is desktop version. Codex app may be this version. Sorry. Codex is the again two versions are there. Mobile version there, desktop version there, and as well as web version there. You can load the model into these versions, and you can select that model where you are selecting like GPT 5.2. Instead of GPT 5.5, 5.4 like that, you can select this GLM 5.2, and you can chat with there with the cloud code interface.
Okay.
So for me, Olama is not there right now. Maybe I can will take longer time.
Rajni sir, who will create those models in backend means like we'll be downloading those models uh, those models who will build that model?
Companies, Mistral, the company, they are building these models.
Okay.
Yeah. So they see right here, Science, Google. Google is a company. They have DeepSeek. They have their models. Okay. Huawei, they have their models. Mistral, they have their models. Nvidia, they have their models. Companies will do. Companies are there. They'll build. Maybe a individual guy he will build and he will just put it into Hugging Face. From there we will use. If I go to Spaces, LLM Cinema 20 days ago. So describe your film. Let's say the tiny in height. Saying that now writing and directing and please wait. So this is one of the model in Hugging Face space only we are using for output. It's preview. They are saying that generate generates the live and the cloud here. Download the model in off-grid build and run in the local of Llama CPP. More than anything, the night wants what lies. The one ordinary morning, something arrives that changes everything. So their fun it is they're doing like this, the model. Okay. Start ponding the night leaves and safe unknown. All are text and quotations on. Okay. So maybe you can go to spaces and you can use mythos. Complicated, build small hackathon. Mythos. When image editor or Omni image editor is Google Omni model. Recently Google was released, right? Omni.
So, like this GPT model are trained on large data. So, this data they are collecting from where? What is the source?
Your voice is not clear, sir. Maybe you can give me a message.
Yeah, I'm asking like these GPTs are trained on large data. So, this data source are where? From where they are collecting the data?
If I'm not wrong, you're asking like these models are from where they are getting the data.
Yes. Yeah.
Where they're getting the data, they'll get it from the online only. Or maybe they correct from their sources. They have their own sources, like maybe from Kaggle. Or maybe already here data sets available. Data sets. Click on the data set, have different data sets. Loading. So here it will list like your Kaggle only. So all the data sets, whatever it is. So same way here also you have all the data sets in the Hugging Face as well. Data sets. Research Fable5 traces and gaming 500 hours and cloud Fable5 cloud code. They have the data like this lot of data here. You can take this data. So this is saying that Fable5 traces data. It is maybe people will
Rajin, I have
use.
one question regarding the LLM. So how do we choose the models based on the business solutions? Because we have a lot of LLMs. Which one to choose for which business requirement? So is there any categorization which is already available in anywhere in some document, or there is a categorization for the LLMs for video is for all the videos, for all the natural languages processing, so specific models is the best one to choose. So is there any documentation for that?
Yes, sir. So there are online documentations are available, but inside your organization, based on your problem statement, will decide to a model whether we have to do this model or another model. So for that, there is a brainstorming sessions going to run. The first case. Brainstorming sessions means, so this is a problem, this is we wanted to identify, and why can't we try and development with the LLM models. In that case, what you will use, we will go with the a baseline development in the first. So you will go into write one paper, research paper. With your research paper and all the documents, you're gonna submit first. And once you have that paper you have given, then you're going to take one small or a fast model for the daily high volume task. Example, now I have decided to take any GPT model with my business use case. Is it a text, video, image, or combination? If it is a combination, you have to use both combinations too. Not only the one model, you have to use combinations again. So with the combinations, which models I have to take them? GPT 5.4 mini or a nano is enough for me. Okay, I'll take nano model or a mini model. I'll take the model and then I will do with my business data classification. Public, internal, confidential, and are this data are following PII things or not. Once I have all of this, I will create one model selection gateway. Okay. What model selection gateway means like LLM router only. I'll keep one small model one. The diagram. What I'll do first, I should have a business use case. Okay, use case. So with this business use case, what I'll do, I should run some data classification. After your brainstorming, paper, search and all, so I have to differentiate between public, internal, and also confidential. Okay. After you have this, after you have this, we have to create one gateway system. One gateway system. Model selection gateway, which is nothing but a router, LLM router. Okay, like this. This is second stage. Then I will be having 3 4 models as I selected, right? The first one is one model, second model, third model, and my fourth model, like this. Because your problem statement is also depends on other models as well, right? So example, you have a provider model and you have open source model, maybe image model, text model, like that. So in that, you want one small model here. Okay, small model, fast and cheap. And you want another model which is big model. And you want here a RAG model. Okay, and you want here self-hosted model one. Okay, I have these four models. Then I route to the model. Then I route to the model. So this is in your organization works two different ways. One is for your entire application, you can use the same flow. Another one is you have three, four models with the same business use case with the some same data. How this model will react? How these models will react? This router you can use in two ways. The router in your application based on the data, the input that you are coming, automatically it will select the one of the model and will send it to it. Or you can also do the same data to send for experiment purpose. So most of the cases, this experiment will done manually, sir. So in order to do automation, you just move out of this one and keep model selection and experiment between below models. Okay. So this you can automate whatever the way you want it. Like as I said, router way you can automate. Maybe you can also do manually, or maybe you can also write any script to forward this one batch to this model, one batch to this model, and one batch to this model, one batch to this model. Let's say this is model 3, and this is model 2, and this is model 4 or 5. Example, sir. So here it is you're having Mistral, here it is you're having GPT, here it is having Quen, maybe here it is you're having uh, Gemini model. Okay, like this. We have 4 models right now. You will able to see which model is giving you the right answer. Then select that model. Gemini is good, Quen is good, GPT is good, or Mistral is good. Okay. When you have this scoring between the models, you did good benchmarking system between them. You got good scoring. You decide, okay, GPT is working very fine on this data. Okay. Take that model for the next things. Deploy the model.
So this means that there is no specific model is ready-madely available for my business solution, so that I need to go along with all the models which are popular models available in the market to test my business case if it is giving proper use case or solution for my problem. Then I can use that. Otherwise, I can mix match with multiple models and try with those models and use that in my production. Is that what the my understanding is correct?
Sir, no, sir. There are already domain specific models are there. Okay. Example, there are plenty of other models. We need to research about it. Example, you want one medical LLM models, okay, medical data. So there are med PALM model is there from the Google, or this model is there, this model is there, open source model, this model is there, med gamma, this model is there. Models are there already. Domain specific models are already there. Healthcare model, finance model, legal model, coding model, cybersecurity model, biology model, drug models. enterprise support models, there are many GLMs, many models are there, right? Are already. We need to use them. Which one is going to work for our business use case? So far, we are discussing
Okay.
only very general cases, like we are discussing on the only on the text-based models. Okay, GPT model is already trained on the text side, which is good. That's why we are taking it, and it is also very good to train. And weights are good, parameters are good. I can train it, I can use it at very cheaper case. In case your company is looking at the uh, like this at medical side, okay, maybe you can take this model, Meditron, an open source 70 billion parameters model, optimized medical reasoning. You take this model and you will feed your medical data, sir, again your company medical data, and then you will see, okay, is this model is working fine. You will not going to believe in the one go only with this model. Maybe you try with medgamma, maybe you try with biogpt, maybe you try with other community models. Okay, open bio LLM is there. You take these three models, run the same kind of test like this, sending the same data to two three different models, and see the value. Okay, this model is working fine, or this model is working fine, or this model is working fine. Do your own marking things, benchmarking things. Okay, this is good at this point, this is good at this point. You have your own benchmarking systems, define that, and you will decide which model is working fine. Take that model and deploy into your production environment, sir. So this is how the model selections will be happen. It's not like we don't have models on the domain specific. Yes, we have the domain specific models already, LLM models. But people who are good at that domain only. Example, you take any data science engineer, he would be averring more on it. And there will be a domain specialist. At medical side, people who does their PhD, those will be having more understanding on which models they need to go for. So they will come and they'll do lot of research and development, and these are the models we need to select. Okay, those models will be selected and run an experiment, developments and all. They will finalize the models to use in the company or not. Once it is finalized, then engineering team will work on it to how to configure and deploy and automate into the production. But in initial cases, there are who the people who done the PhD and everything. So they are the person who do research, sir. Then the decision will come to the engineering team. Right, sir? So
Okay,
example,
Rajini, thanks.
yeah, yeah. So example, there is legal there, legal but is there. Okay. There is finance there. Okay. Bloomberg GPT also there. People use these models actually. It's always in the organization that there is a decision maker will be there, a research team who do the research, then come to this point, they'll run lot of notebooks like this, and then okay. Okay. So this is how a model selection will happen. Let me hope this thing I'll give it to you PDF in the notes. Okay, sir. We'll connect tomorrow at the same time.